Welcome back to Homemaking 101. Today we're talking all about preschoolers and what we can do at home to either prepare them for school or to start a little bit of homeschooling. I hope you enjoy. Be sure to subscribe and like this video so I know to make more like it. Good morning. Welcome back to Reflecting Redemption YouTube channel. Today we're talking about school readiness routines and some things that we've been doing to get our 4-year-old ready to go to school in the fall. Everybody's different on school decisions, lots of different family choices to be made there. Everybody has different decisions to make about how long they want to keep their child home before they start school, if they go to daycare, nursery schools, start in preschool, K through kindergarten. Whatever it might be, everybody's got choices to make. Private education, public education. That was really funny, apparently. Home education. There's so many things to choose from. We've chosen a private school education, and we also chose to keep our son home through the first 4 years. He will be a late preschooler starting in the fall. We just chose that for maturity and growth, and there's just a few other things there that needed to come together before he started school. We've been doing a few things since back in September to start preparing him for school because we knew that was coming, and we also wanted him to just feel ready in certain ways. It's not extensive. We didn't order curriculum. We're not doing a K3 program or anything like that. We're just doing some basic structure in the mornings. It really takes about an hour. We can stretch it out if we want longer time. And if I ever feel like he's just antsy, a little bit cooped up, then we don't worry about it. We don't stress about what days. We don't have a rigorous schedule. But when we have days at home like today, it's a rainy day at home, it's a Wednesday, there's nothing else going on, we say, okay, let's play school. And we call it playing school, because that's basically what we're doing. We're preparing for school by playing like we're at school. And the essential things that I wanted to establish from the beginning were just the basics of how to spell your name, how to write your name. I wanted him to know his family's name, so his mom and dad, mine and Matt's names. We're working on, and Eli, yes. We're working on phone number and address. Those are slow, but just some basic things that he needed to know before he's not with me a lot of the times. And then there are a few things that I simply wanted to teach him. I wanted to teach him his ABCs, and I wanted to teach him how to count to 20, which I've done and I'm really pleased with. So it is currently January 25th, and we have been working on this for a while, but only about 2 days a week, 1 to 2 hours a day. We have a small reward system to go with our school day, and it's broken into 2 parts. We do about 30 minutes in the schoolroom, which is just an extra bedroom in our house that is not currently filled with a child, so it's the schoolroom. We have a little chalkboard, we have a little map calendar set up, a rug, and some books that we work on. We like to start our day with Bible time. We use a variety of different devotional children's books and just reading from the scripture to get our Bible time in the morning. And we also sing a song and practice the verse that we're working on. And right now that is John 3:16. Ready? Do you remember it?
John 16. For the word that he takes that only that.
That is so good. Okay, let's do it together. Ready? John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Great job! A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? We we like to start our memory time with a very slow version of the ABC song where we point and sing it and make sure we get it enunciated so he knows each letter. And then we move into a game called Letter Mix-Up, which is just flashcards mixed up out of order, and then he has to recognize the letters. Job. Okay, let's do them together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Awesome. Now can you count to 20 for me? Next up is calendar time, where we go over the months of the year and the days of the week. Okay, you want to start with the days of the week?
No.
The months of the year. You want to sing it first and then say it? Okay, let's sing it. Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Good job. Now can you say them?
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Good job. Okay, what month is it? We sing our song, and then we also sing our song for the days of the week and go over those, and we set the date for today, the day of the week, and the month of the year, and go over all of that. This calendar is from Usborne. I think they're called Paper Pie now, and I don't know if you can still find it. It's part of the Nibbles collection, but it's really cute because it's magnetic, and you can also choose the weather outside and go over that, and you have some things that are called nibbles, and you can also go over emotions and how you're feeling and choose how you feel for the day. Eli always chooses either happy or excited. It's never been any of the others. After we warm up in the schoolroom and do some of that memory work and calendar time, we move to the kitchen table where we do more of a sit down and focused learning time, and we specifically work on one letter and coloring practice. We do read alouds and handwriting practice and also some math in here. Some very basic stuff, but I'm going to show you some of the resources that I have and walk you through what our focused learning time looks like. So right now he's learning to color inside the lines and color things the color that they actually are, and I'm going to do a read aloud while he does that. So I wanted to show you what we've been doing as we learn our ABCs. I need to make a cover for this binder, probably would be nice. But what we've done is just gone through the alphabet and made a picture to go with each letter that we've learned. Finish your coloring, okay? So I'll just quickly give you a tour through it. It's nothing super fancy or impressive, but there's a chance with each craft to learn cutting skills, gluing skills, and also associate it with the letter that they've learned. The frog is supposed to have a tongue that rolls out. But anyway, we have made it all the way to R. Some days we keep it simple, like this one. You can see we watercolor painted hands for H and just had an ice cream cone for I. And then some days we do things a little more complicated, like the kite. There was coloring, cutting, hot glue, googly eyes, and all of the above. But these are simple. They're on Pinterest. So easy to find. What's that one? Monster.
Where's that one?
This one?
No.
Monster. This one was your lion.
Mine.
Your lion.
Mine.
This was probably the most simple one. It was a really crazy day, so we just did night for N and we made a night sky. And this was probably the most complicated, was octopus. And anyway, we painted a pumpkin, and I'm gonna add last the last day we did, I'm gonna add that letter. It's the letter Q. I'm gonna put it back here. And today for R, we're gonna make a rocket ship, which is a little more involved, but I wanted to share something like that on the video today because we have nothing else going on. Now it's time for some handwriting practice. Today we're learning lowercase r and uppercase R. We just do the tracing and there are 5 of each for him to go over just to get the general idea of the shape of the letter and what it looks like. And we'll go back through them, of course, as time goes on. But he's actually done really well with the tracing. So while I prep the craft, I usually give him an activity to work on, name writing practice. I'll show you that in a minute, cutting practice, things like that. So I'm going to prep the craft really quickly.
That bottom.
Yep, that is the bottom. Okay. Oh, I thought I got rid of the top. All right, so this is some gluing practice. Here, this goes about right here. Let me do some dots for you.
I like do dots.
So here's the center dot for it. This one goes here on the top, and then right here goes one blue window, and right here goes another blue window, just like that. And then we'll glue on some rocket streams. Want to? Okay, I'm gonna get your glue stick for you, but first, can you tell me these shapes? What is this?
Triangle.
And this is rectangle, and this is
circle.
so good. Oh my goodness. A lot of times we'll pick a book that has the letter we're working on. What letter? R. It's usually you can find a book that goes along with the letter you're working on. So roots. So today, what do roots do? We're gonna read it, aren't we? We do this a lot, not every time with every letter, but a lot of the times we'll find a book. So that's what we're gonna do now. Walk you through some of the helpful resources that we found that are generally inexpensive and things that we have used for our little school routine as we prepare for school days coming up very shortly. So first of all, I found these at the Dollar Tree, letters and numbers, coloring and activity books. They're really good. We go through the letters. He only has to color maybe one at a time, like one ladybug, and it's free coloring however he wants to do it. But we can go over the different objects that start with L, and it's a good visual representation, and we can work on it as we go back through the letters here in a bit. Numbers, we haven't done much in this one yet, but we're going to incorporate it into this second half of the year that starts February. Okay, the next thing that I found this on Jane.com, or the Jane app is what I use. This has been wonderful. It is personalized with your child's name on it, and it is a busy book, and the first page comes with trace and write your name. It is dry erase. He has used this so many times, and he can write the first 3 letters of his name without help, which is great. I would recommend only using the black pen that comes with it. We used others, and it's very hard to get off. I still need to do that, but you have lowercase letters, capital letters, numbers to 5, and then he really took to this page, count and circle the number. So he's gone up to needing numbers all the way up to 20 for count and circle. Tracing shapes, matching shapes, which he loves. Then you have drawing and tracing lines, and a face where you can draw a face. So he very much enjoys that. I would recommend it for anyone, even if you're not doing school type stuff and they have different various age levels for that. I would check it out. I found this at a store when we were on vacation. It is Learning to Print. I'm sure you can find something similar on Amazon, but we have simply been doing the tracing on it. It gives you a big letter to trace and then 5 of them on lined paper to trace, and we're going to go back through them in a bit and start writing them on our own. We have made it all the way to R today, which is pretty exciting, and what I want to get out of this is essentially learning how to hold a pencil, learning about dotted lines, and kind of being introduced to it. I don't care if he can write full things other than his name, and none of it has to be perfect, but it's just learning the very basics of what it is. Okay, because on that first day of school, okay, here in a minute, set it aside and we'll play with it. On those first few days of school, if you've never held a pencil or a crayon or done anything like it, you can probably imagine that a child would feel very out of place, very confused and concerned. Most kids have used pens, pencils, and crayons at that point, but in a more formal setting with expectations of here are the lines and here's the color it needs to be. I just think it's been helpful for us so that it won't be like a, wait, you want me to do what? I've only ever just played with toys and done whatever I wanted. So anyway, in my brain, I feel like that'll help reduce some of the going to school anxiousness. And as you saw, we do a coloring book. We got these from Usborne. There is a whole collection of little coloring. This one was the only one we hadn't colored in, the little coloring garden. You can see where we started on day 1. My goals for coloring in this book were to learn 1, to color things the color that they are in real life, and 2, to color inside the lines and shade in all the white areas. So just the basics of coloring, learning that. Of course, there's room for creativity. I try to give outlets for that in other ways, but this is just one time of day that is a concentrated, focused coloring time. He hated it at first. He hates to color. I don't know if it's a boy thing or what, but coloring was not his jam. So it was kind of a struggle at first, but while we color, he definitely learned, and he did all of this as we went. So look, I gave some creativity there on the rainbow owl. He wanted a rainbow owl. But I feel like his coloring has improved since we started back in September. He's learned a lot, and he's learned some patience and to do things that maybe we don't always like, to make the best of it. So we've done almost the entire book.
Feel it.
Let's feel it. Ooh, it's sticky and squishy. But here we are, and this is today's. Some days are great, and some days we color outside the lines, but we just work on it day by day. And while he does that, I will read out of one of our longer form books. So I have read the whole collection of Beatrix Potter. We did that back in the fall, and then we've started this one recently. We did a longer form Christmas book, but it's just books that wouldn't catch his attention as much if we just sat down to read it. but when he's coloring, he's focused, and I can do a read aloud form and longer form books. I've also got like the long Winnie the Poohs and things like that. We've been doing those, which is super fun. Okay, we found this at consignment about a year ago, and it's been really great for learning shapes. He can say most of them, and it's also a color puzzle as well. So shapes, colors, and what we like to do is hide the shapes. So we do like a hide and seek, and he'll take a turn and hide them all, and then we'll find them, say their name, say their color, and put them back in their spot. And then I will do the same thing and hide them for him, and he thinks that's great. Of the Usborne activity books, the Wipe Cleans, and this is a Paint with Water, are really great activities to keep them busy while you're prepping something that you want to do. But this is one that I highly recommend. He's been loving it, and then you can wipe it off, it dries, you kind of like stand it up like this to let the pages fan out and everything will dry, and then you can do it again. We created this jar at the beginning of doing our school readiness, school playtime, and it has all kinds of little activity ideas. Like this one is to put up a tent, and this one is to make bubble foam, one of my personal favorites. And this one is to paint with water and like that paint book, and make a pipe cleaner bead bracelet. So lots of different ideas, and this is an extra reward or just something if it's a rainy day and you have nothing else to do. This is a good idea.
Yep.
I also have a couple of these dice from the Dollar Tree. We do roll and do exercises like roll the number 4 and do 4 jumping jacks or something like that. So this is what we've been doing for a simple reward system. My friend sent me these. She got a bunch on Amazon, and she gave me like half of them or something. So I have a big stack of these, and we've been using them, and then I put his name on them, and then I put a simple reward that he's going to get, and he can earn a punch for every section of school. So when we're in the schoolroom doing that, he can get a morning punch, and then when we come to the table and do our table work, he can get a punch for that as well. So the other day we just did table work, so he just got the 1 punch, but this morning we've already done schoolroom work, so you get your punch for that, right? And this one is a trip to go to like the trampoline park. But we also have one that's like a trip to the park. And then we've done $5 to spend, a new Hot Wheels car, and a candy bar. So he's filled up several punch cards already, haven't you? Yeah. So that was something else I wanted to say was I'm not doing this like day 1 of us beginning. This is far into it. We've done this since September. It's January. We have worked on this for a while, so it's not just a flighty thing. This is an actual routine that we've got put together and a rhythm that we follow on our days at home. We really enjoyed doing some school readiness together. It's been good memories, good bonding time, and I'm going to save the binder as a keepsake for him from this year, and then off to school in August and ready for a brand new adventure, hopefully feeling prepared and feeling excited. Let me know in the comments below, what do you do with your kids to get them ready to go to school? And I am so thankful you're here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon. Bye.